Here's to starting draft 2. Now I'm just making it like juicy. It feels really cringe and I don't like it. Oh my goodness. Hello, welcome to this video. I just fixed my hair and it's really annoying me. This video is going to be about draft 2. I literally finished making the video for finishing draft 1 yesterday and I'm ready to just like keep going with draft 2. So I wanted to talk about what my plan is for draft 2. A lot of people take breaks. I mean, from what I've watched people online, people take breaks after finishing the first draft, but I'm not going to do that because I need to write when I have the motivation, because I won't always have it. I've already copied over my outline so that I can edit it because I get attached to my notes. So I've copied it so that I can keep the original version and have a new version in OneNote that I can edit. My first task is I am going to rewrite the beginning, Act 1 to start with, and then I'm going to have to edit Act 2 as well because I kind of realised something about my main character's personality, Bologna, while writing, I want to say the third act. I should probably say, in case you haven't watched other videos, I'm writing fantasy secondary world, is that what you call it? Like, it's not set in any version of Earth. Romance, enemies to lovers, magical powers. I need to come up with like a snappy way to say it, but that's basically what I'm writing. Like new adult, I would say. My main character is like early 20s. So I've transferred over my outline and I'm currently brainstorming the first 2 or 3 chapters. I think the first act will only be a few chapters. It's like the setup, and then Act 2 is after the inciting incident. Today I actually did some writing on my break, which was good. I think I wrote like 400 words. So I'm just trying to figure out at the moment where to actually start the story, because I know the order of events of what happens on like the first day of the story. The first day is quite a lot happens the first, and then on the second day the inciting event happens. It's about like, I know what happens, I just need to figure out what the most interesting way to tell that story is, like to tell that sequence of events to like be the most enticing as a reader, and also balancing like exposition, kind of flashbacks to explain how she got to this point. I really struggle with writing non-chronologically, like in her mind, like being in this present moment and then thinking about a past moment and then going back to the present moment. I think that's like one of the things I struggle with writing when I don't know all the pieces yet. That's kind of what I'm trying to figure out at the moment, because when I wrote the first draft, the first scene is like her waking up in the morning, and I don't think I can start a story that way. I think that's too boring and not interesting. Slinky has come to say hi. So yeah, it's about figuring out where to start in the story, like within that first day, which I think I figured out because I know what the most interesting part of that day is, like readerly wise. So I think I've got a little bit of a foot on it, but that's kind of like what I'm figuring out right now. So here's to starting draft 2. I made a new document, titled it Legend of Bologna Manuscript Draft 2. So we're serious business here. I don't think I have anything else to say right now. That's kind of my plan, is just focus on Act 1 and get it somewhere around I'm really happy with, and then I will continue working through the draft. I have multiple plot lines that I need to keep track of going through. I need to keep track of the cat, who is the main character's kind of familiar. I need to keep track of Bologna's relationship with the love interest, because that needs to be beefed up a lot. And there's something else. Maybe those are the main things that right now are lacking in the draft. Those are things I'll be keeping an eye on as I go. That's it for now. I'll give you an update when I've done some more writing and I have something to say. Kind of tootly. Oh, she almost fell off. It is Monday, the 16th of February. I just want to give you a writing update. I haven't filmed anything interesting in between, but anyway, last week I started writing the new draft. I think I have like 1,000 words currently. It's really messy right now because I'm figuring out how to I figured out the scene that I wanted to start with because I think action is the best way to start a story, is like in the middle of action. So that's where it started, but also like having her thoughts flashing back to explain things at the same time. So I'm kind of like melding, it's like a puzzle right now, figuring out how everything goes together. But I was having some good ideas came to me and I wrote them down in my document, so I feel like it's going okay. And I do feel like I obviously have more answers to what her past is than when I wrote the first draft, so that's good. I got this hoodie in Christchurch in the weekend and it says Stargirl. Obviously I had to get it for Bologna, my excuse. If it didn't say Stargirl I wouldn't have been as invested in getting it. And it's also got stars on the back, which I can't really show you right now until this is sitting on me. So this is Bologna's hoodie because she's a Stargirl, which I don't actually have that phrase in there, but I wonder if I could. I also saw something online that star backwards is rat, so I want to incorporate that somehow because stars are like magical and really important to the story. Rats could be like a swear word or something, like the opposite of that. That's just a random thought I've been having. So I got this hoodie, but I didn't do any writing for this over the weekend. I did do some writing yesterday. I wrote 1,000 words of a new idea. It had just been pinging around my head. I hadn't really let myself think about anything else while I was writing the first draft, but now that I finished the first draft I found that there's just a space in my brain to think about something else. So I have this idea that I've had for like years at this point. It was originally a fanfic idea, but I could totally just make my own characters and do the same situation. It's a story about a girl, I want to say like university age, because it's like set at a school, so I guess I'm thinking like university, so like new adult, about a girl who has been turned into a vampire and like dealing with the ramifications of being a vampire while at school, and like an enemies to lovers thing with a guy at the school. So I wrote some for that last night and that was fun but also difficult, even though I have pretty set already what I want their characters to be like. It's still like a lot of like having to figure stuff out in the draft that I'm not really used to after writing fanfiction for so long. And also like I need to focus on Bologna because that's what I want to do. Like I want to have that complete in a really good state. But I also strongly believe in writing whatever project you feel the most inspired to write at the time, because if I am really inspired to write something and don't let myself write it, I will never write it because I'll wait until the perfect moment, and then the perfect moment will come and I won't be inspired anymore. So that's why I felt it was important, and I let myself like write this vampire scene because I've had this one scene kind of in my head for like years at this point, so I got like a bare bones version of that down with my own characters. So I feel like you know, if I have the motivation to get it down now, then I need to do it now. If I wait, then I won't want to do it, and you know, the juiciness of a new idea will be gone. And I think I also wanted to write it because I had an idea for her name. I can't remember how it came about, but her name just came to me. And once a character has a name, I feel like they're a lot more like tangible, so that made me want to do it. And then of course I spent like ages looking up names for what the guy's name should be and their last names and the name of the school. But that's like a complete sidetrack to what I'm actually supposed to be working on, so I'm gonna try leave it and go back to the Legend of Bologna, because drafting the second draft should be like really easy because I know it's gonna happen. Now I'm just making it like juicy, and like I am rewriting the first act, which I'm pretty sure I've said. It's probably gonna be me repeating the same stuff over and over throughout this vlog, but what was I gonna say? I have to rewrite the first act, but I know exactly what's happening in this first act and I understand the characters a lot better. So I am kind of figuring some stuff out. Like it's like not really a love triangle, but there's more than one love interest, and the love interest that already exists in her life that she hasn't met yet, I am kind of thinking about what their dynamic is. Like I'm still not quite sure what that exact dynamic is, so that's a bit tricky because he needs to be in it a lot at the beginning and I'm a bit unsure. It's like she is someone who like wouldn't let people close, so she's putting up barriers between herself and this love interest. His name is River. His name has always been River, and he's like one of the only characters whose name hasn't changed from the very first version of the story I started writing in like 2022 or 2023. He's the only character whose name hasn't changed, because River is just a good name. I think River is also a great name for a girl, but he's a boy. It's also like a really fine balance between finding names that I like and names that like aren't too modern. Like it needs to have like almost like an old-timey whimsical feeling to them. Like it needs to be a plausible name, not just a name that I'm like, that sounds nice, if that makes sense. Yeah, so that's where my thoughts are at the moment. My goal for this week is to get some writing done, just get anything done, and I'll give you an update as I go, because I only have 1,000 words so far, so I've only just started. I will talk to you next time I have something to tell you. I had a shower, and in the shower I was thinking about my draft, and I realized that one of the like flashback explanatory bits that I'd written actually doesn't make sense for the plot or what has happened to that character. Like what has presently happened to them and Bellona's thinking about them in the past. It doesn't make sense. So I'm gonna have to delete like a whole chunk because it doesn't make any sense. But it did make me realize I need to change something else, and it might make another character make more sense. Like this character's brother might make more sense. This doesn't make sense without any context, but it's just like frustrating writing something and going in a certain direction, and then you realize you've gone in completely the wrong direction because it doesn't make any sense for what I wrote to be true to the story. So that's really annoying. I'm finally working on The Legend of Bellona. I keep working on this vampire story instead. It's going painfully. It's really painful, I think. I'm gonna turn the dehumidifier off because it's really loud. I'm having a terrible time, and I think it's because I want this version of the draft to be good, and it's just hitting bad. Everything feels really cringe. I'm only at 1,841 words, but it just all feels cringe. Like it's only the first scene and it feels so bad. It feels really cringe and I don't like it. And I know it needs fixing, but I can't just spend forever fixing it now. I think I just need to keep going. Really? So I'm really struggling. That's my update. I'm not vibing. I have a cat on me and I can't reach the camera right now, so we've got the iPhone. I just like finished the first chapter. It's only like 1,000 words because I think I said like I didn't know where to start it, so I started it mid-action. I've definitely told you this. It's 1,368 words. And then I finished it, being like, oh yeah, I finished this grueling hard thing. And then I went and read the original version of this scene. It's not like first in the original draft. It's always, I have not labelled my outline well. An ellipsis. There's 2 scenes before. I thought it was more. And rereading the original version of the scene, the original version is so much better. Even though things in it are wrong, like just about the world and certain characters and stuff, but it's so much better. So that's really painful, and I probably shouldn't have gone the complete rewrite route as hard as I did, because I'm gonna have to integrate all the stuff that's better with my shit version that has like more. I'm blanking. It's 9:17, so maybe I'm just tired. Is more accurate to like the world and how everything works. So I'm just annoyed. And my motivation's feeling really low right now. I'm like, I should just give up. Like I've run the first draft, that's it, done. Which is not obviously what I should do. But it's how I feel. These are the worst writing conditions ever. I figured out how to turn on spell check and it sucks. And I'm not happy about it. It's telling me that the letter U shouldn't be in colour.
The word what?
The word colour has a U in it.
Yeah. Oh, it must be set to US.
I changed that already. I have the Australian and Great British English. My screen's really dirty.
What are you doing to this door, sir?
So, I managed to get like a good amount done today. I am finding it easier in some ways revising and harder in others because it feels like physically painful. But also like once you push past that, you have lots to work with. It's just painful like seeing it so broken. But then I think I'm getting somewhere. So my word count now is over 4,000 words. So I added about just over 2,000 words to the doc today, but most of that is just words that already existed. I did have something come to me that is important for the plot. What is my head doing? It's important for the plot, like 3 books in the 3rd book. So, and it's like the stuff that I'm incorporating has made me realize that, so that's good. I am kind of worried about the lack of dialogue in the first few chapters, like the first 2 chapters out. They're not super long, which I think is good. I think good. Tilsa's right here and she's staring at me. I think short chapters are good for the beginning of a book, you know, to keep your attention going, to make you feel like you're making progress at the beginning of a book. I think that's good, but there's not really there's no dialogue in the first chapter until the end, and I'm worried that that makes it boring. Like it's all of her, she's like very deep inside of her own head while witnessing like an action scene, and there's no place for dialogue. Whereas usually my stories, I like to open them with dialogue, but it's just not the place for it in like the mind space that she's in. So the first real conversation happens in chapter 3, but also it's only a few thousand words in, so it's fine. I don't know, I just feel like there's so much like more pressure on it with it being original fiction compared to fan fiction. Like I probably wouldn't think about it this hard if it was fan fiction, but I don't remember writing something that had so long before the first words were said or the first conversation was had. So I feel like it's going okay. So I'm currently on chapter 3. I need to kind of readjust my outline because it's not right, I realized. I think I'll just aim to do the first 3 chapters, which I don't think is going to get me to the inciting event, because I thought in my outline I have 1, 2, 3 chapters and then the inciting event is in chapter 3, but really they're going to be broken up more than that. It might be 6 chapters, but like short ones. I don't know. Tildy's here. You want to say hi? She's purring. I was riding in the garage and Slinky was being so annoying trying to sit on me, and there's nowhere else to put my computer when he sits on me. So that's not great. Oh. What's going on? I don't know if this is good. Oh. Love you. It's 9:20. I'm wearing, can you see my Stargirl hoodie while I'm working on this? Oh, careful. Oh my goodness. So I'll shut up now. I keep rambling in clips. I'm gonna keep working on this chapter tomorrow and try and get it to a state where I'm happy with it, and then I think I'll call that the end of working on the draft for this video. Bye. It's 10 p.m. I've written 42 words because something came to me. I was editing this video instead of writing. So I've just gone to kind of fix my outline because, as I was saying, it's all messy. So that's what I'm doing right now. And I've written 42 words. We have a little time-lapse moment because we haven't had any typing moments at all. You can see I got my buddy here. I didn't realise how much Jules hangs out with me until I like started filming bits of my life at home, and she's always there. I get too attached to my notes even when I don't need them anymore, or they're wrong. I've just added another 20-30 words. My problem is that I almost have like too many ideas and things that need to be mentioned, and I don't know how to find the right place. Like, I don't know where to put them right now. And I don't want it to come across as, I looked in the mirror and saw my long brown hair. You know, like finding ways to like naturally insert information that is like critical, relevant to the plot. That's also like blatantly stating things. Also, kind of poetic, I realised that the chapter that I decided to start on, did I say that right? That I decided to start on has, where are my words? Jesus Christ. The scene I decided would be the opening scene is actually pretty much kind of the same opening scene in the original draft I wrote that I'm not even counting as a draft. I need to actually look it up, like 3 years ago or something, because I started that with a fight scene, and I've started this one with a fight scene. This fight scene has a lot more meaning. That one was just like, pow pow, fighting sounds interesting. Like, that was just where my brain went, not really knowing anything. Whereas this fighting scene has impact and meaning. It's kind of poetic that they're both like starting in the same way, even though they're like so far away from each other already. But that's kind of fun. It's got really dark outside. Jonathan's still working on his car. I wish I had that dedication for writing. Yeah, I don't know if I actually want to write properly today. I've just inserted some lines that came to me. I don't know. The idea of actually reading it is off-putting because I'm not happy with it right now. It's Friday tomorrow, my day off, so I'm planning on doing a lot of writing because I need to finish the first 3 chapters, if only so that I can finish this video and stop rambling to you about how hard it is and how much I'm struggling. I'm trying to work on my writing and the neighbors are being so loud. I'll be really surprised if you can't hear it. I don't know why you need to play music that loud. Shut up. I want to finish chapter 3 and then call an end to this video. Basically, it's my motivation to finish chapter 3 because this video is getting too long. Yeah, I don't have any updates for you. I'm rereading what I wrote last time. Can you hear that? Shut up. I can't focus. It is now Sunday. I was quite productive with writing yesterday, or felt like I was getting productive, and then I had people came over, we went to see fireworks and I watched them sing karaoke. I'm not gonna sing karaoke, but I still hung out with them. So that derailed the writing plans, but it's good to have a social life. So today I'm gonna finish chapter 3. I have an idea of like where to split it, maybe. Not 100% sure because I'm not sure that would leave very much. I'll have to see what I've already written. I don't know why, because I've done it multiple times now. I keep going to write the scene completely fresh and I'm like really struggling, and I'm like, this is so hard, I don't know what I'm doing, I don't know what I'm saying, like I feel very like white room syndrome, like I don't know what's anything looks like, what's going on, really struggling. And then I go look at my draft and I'm like, oh, this is really good, like what I've written is better than what I could try come up with now. So I don't know why I keep doing that to myself. Once I looked at the draft again for this bit that I'm doing, this chapter, I was like, oh, there's the answers I'm looking for. It's right there waiting for me. I just keep forgetting and trying to like completely redo it when I don't need to. I just need to like rework it. So that's what I started doing yesterday for this chapter 3. So I'm just gonna keep doing that. Hopefully we'll learn. I hope it'll be a quick learning curve, that I don't need to just completely rewrite everything, because that's hard and unnecessary, because I've already written a version of it that's like very workable. I think that's the only update I need to give you. I should just start writing. I was thinking about editing a video, but I should just start writing and like get this shit done. Also, it's hard to track how my writing is going, because I obviously can't do it by word count anymore, because I'm copying over like large chunks from the first draft. So like, I don't know if you can hear that, it sounds like he's dying. I'm currently at 5,870 words, but like I didn't write most of those, I just pasted them from writing them in the past. And it's a lot of changing people's names, because I changed the name of Bellona's mum. I've also managed to turn spell check on finally, and that's a lot better to do as you go rather than in a big chunk. That's painful. Yeah, I'm not really sure where this scene actually ends. Cool, it's showing me a blank screen where there should be words. There's meant to be words there. Yeah, so that's my setup. I haven't really said that I have I mean, it's not groundbreaking. I have the first draft open on the right and the new version on the left, and just pacing over. I think I'm gonna have to refresh the fucking page. Nothing happened. What dumb piece of shit. I'm not making ellipses look good in my videos. It just annoys me. What is happening? Okay, I finally got there. Really going too far. Oh, I just had an idea. Let me open OneNote, please. OneNote shuts itself because it's a really big application, and I had this video in iMovie that would not let me delete it. A vlog from like a month ago now. Jonathan helped me and figured out how to delete it, thank God. Oh my god, I don't even have it as a chapter in my thing right now, in my outline. It's a pretty important like plot point. There's like a how could I explain what it is? It's like a night of, it's like a ritual, an evening ritual where like people are going crazy, lots of drugs and stuff, and I'm just completely missing it. I knew that it needed to happen, so I wouldn't have forgotten while writing it, but I'm also trying to figure out the dynamic between, I can't remember what I talked about. I'm trying to figure out the dynamic between Bellona and River. I think I have talked about River. I'm trying to figure out their dynamic, because they can't be like together, but there needs to be like tension and history between them, because I kind of want people to root for him as a love interest, but he's like the love interest that doesn't work out, and like he becomes red flaggy, whereas the other guy is like genuinely just like a nice guy, although he also comes across as really untrustworthy. So like River seems like he might seem like the better option at times, but I know that he's not. So I'm like trying to figure out their dynamic and how to have the tension between them, so that she obviously like they like each other, but there's a reason why they're not together, you know, otherwise they would just be together. I don't want them like together at the beginning, you know. It's kind of like an assumptions based relationship where they haven't actually defined boundaries and expectations to each other, which opens up a lot of space for boundaries to be crossed that haven't been asserted. Okay, I was trying to figure out where the scene is. Oh, okay. Yeah, I was thinking about ending this chapter like she like leaves somewhere, she gets upset and leaves, and I was thinking of ending it there, but the scene that comes after that is actually really short and then it ends, so I probably do just have to finish it where it originally finished. Anyway, I'll work on that and then it can be the end of the video, which is just I just need it to be the end of this video is my motivation right now, to have like a logical conclusion. The logical conclusion is finishing the 3rd chapter. I'll talk to you later. Having the camera on is actually making me feel pressured, so
Totally. She's at the biscuit factory.
See, is it the biscuit factory? Totally. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Totally. I'm still here on the same place. I don't have anywhere more interesting to film that doesn't require effort that I don't have right now. I finished writing chapter 3 and I reread it and I think I'm happy with it. I pretty much all of the first 3 chapters I'm happy with, but then I saw that I wrote a note at the beginning for something to add to chapter 1 that from an idea that I think I kind of vaguely mentioned I got writing something else. It's too confusing to say, but I kind of realized some things about like her perception of reality, I guess. So I'm going to add some of that into chapter 1, but you know, let's not worry about that right now. So I'm quite happy with where the first 3 chapters are right now. Like I feel like they're in a readable state right now, which is kind of the goal. So I'm quite happy that they're readable. It's hard to judge like when you're the writer, you know all of the world building and stuff and the people's relationships. So finding the right way to like explain that in a way that doesn't feel info dumpy and also feels interesting and intriguing is kind of like, especially in the first few chapters, is something to balance. I think I'm probably like halfway through Act 1. I'm imagining it will be about 6 chapters. So we've done the first 3 chapters. I figured out how to do a checklist thing on OneNote. So I've clicked off everything for chapter 3 because it was a bit of a more complicated chapter with quite a few relationships needing like explained and kind of talking about the past ways. I don't have a more succinct way to explain that, whereas the others were more action and like in the moment. I haven't actually got something in here. House and so we had the introduction of the villain, which originally he was not in this at this point yet, but I realized he needs to be, because introducing the villain in the 3rd act is not good. I don't think that's interesting. So he's in the beginning now, and then we're gonna move on to okay there's at least 3 more chapters of Act 1 before the inciting incident happening in the last chapter, but it kind of depends on the vibes, and if it needs to be cut up then I will. The next chapter is probably going to be chunky, and so the chapter after that, and then I'm not sure about chapter 6. But chapter 6 is the inciting incident, and she's going to have an argument with someone before the inciting incident happens. We need more about that. Okay, I need to fix my outline, not with the camera running. So I'm feeling like I'm kind of in a good place right now, which is good because, as probably seen in earlier clips, I did not feel that way. I kind of felt like everything was bad and horrible, whereas I feel like it's okay now. So it's probably going to be like that the whole time of writing draft 2 is going to be feeling, this is really bad, fixing it, oh it's okay, oh my god this is really bad. I think that's just how it goes with writing. Thanks for watching this video and hanging out with me. Hopefully it was interesting. I quite like just talking out loud about my writing problems because I don't have to worry that I'm being boring, because if I was being boring you'd just stop watching and I wouldn't know. This video is just me rambling. Thanks for watching this video. I'll probably continue making writing vlogs. I'll try and find a way to make them like succinct, because all the writing vlogs I've done so far they end up really long because I have like this end goal in mind, and then that goal takes me a really long time to reach. So I'll try and find a way to like maybe do like a week of writing at once or something. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Leave a star emoji for the loner. That's all. See ya.